Hello, this is Chris and this is my pedalboard. Let's see how we can use pedals to create some ambient shoegaze soundscapes. Granular synthesis and delay has become a lot more popular over the last few years, and it's really great for creating soundscapes. Think a regular digital or analog delay is almost like a production line. It degrades more with analog delay. With digital, it's a lot more perfect each repeat. But granular delay is more like putting your signal into a wood chipper and it spitting it out again in all different sizes and shapes. A lot more chaotic, a lot more glitchy. There's a few pedals that do it. Red Panda Particles does it. I think Context does it and all, actually. I don't have those pedals though, but the Microcosm I think has some sort of function for it. The pedal that I chose, because it goes along with my sort of music, that ambient, shoegaze, Detroit space rock sort of thing, is the Fable by Walrus Audio. It's part of two soundscape pedals that they did in, I believe it's called the Storybook series, the Fable and Law. This is the delay, Law is the reverb, and a channel called Banana Labs has just done a really good video on the Law, so I'm going to link that up in the description. Now this has 5 different modes that change how the two DSP chips in here interact with each other. You can make the grains of delay, how it's chopped up, the little parts that chops up, you can decide how large they are, how fast they come through, and feedback in regen controls either one of these different two DSP chips that they have in there. The mod wheel can add things like a pitch shifting effect, octaves up and random pitches. You can see how this can start to really get into that natural. It sounds very digital, but it's almost a much more natural delay, like the sound of birds tweeting in the background or something. It really adds to that sonic landscape that we might want to get with this. There's a little bit of entropy going on there. Delay can be quite linear and expected. This gives you something a little bit more unexpected. So in evolving delay, and that's kind of why it's good at creating the soundscapes. Let's use it on some boards. So I'm really into adding delay before the Rat nowadays and before distortion in general. Graham Coxon from Blur, I believe, ran a Boss delay into a Rat. I'm also very much into adding Flanger before the Rat. So in this case, we've used both to really give it that modulated, evolving landscape. A distortion just adds to the chaos, almost like something happening on a planetary scale, I think. I don't like to get too spiritual about these things, but, you know, music is abstract. The Thunderstorm by TC Electronics is based on a Boss Flanger. Purple is also the color of Flanger. Blue is chorus. Orange is fuzz. So we can get a clean, modulated, evolving soundscape, or something more cosmic, almost Lovecraftian. The good thing about flange is modulation can sometimes, because it's pulsating, can give us a rhythmic effect. Music is better listened to than described. Let's listen to it. By the way, links to all this gear is in the description, guys. Give it a sub while you're down there. Give it a like. Helps me out. Very classic type of extreme distortion that's used a lot in shoegaze is the HM2 circuit. In the American metal, I believe this pedal is from, I checked the serial number on it, I believe it's a year after I was born, so it's 40-year-old. Gives us can give us a real chainsaw effect, but we can tame it a little bit. The presence knob, more than anything, kind of takes out some of those harsh highs. And then to add to the glitch, the slicer by Boss goes so well with the Walrus Fable. This is a digital tremolo, but it's a patterned tremolo. Lovely stuff. Got lots of different patterns already built into it, but you can change them by importing them into the back of it like magic. One of my favorite Boss pedals. It's definitely my favorite color Boss pedal. This adds to that glitch, but that natural glitch, like trees waving and stopping, you hearing little bits of the sound in the background. It's all very nature-based, I think, when we're creating these soundscapes. Like space and trees I'm always thinking of. What do you think? Am I reading too much into it? This is what goes through my head when I'm making these pedal boards, though. It's interesting. Delay can often be used it can bind a lot of sounds together to give us a really powerful lead tone. And we're using a pretty intense fuzz here. We've got this with the volume and sustain pretty high. Classic fuzz pedal, obviously. You know I love using this. This is from 1999, this one. It's fallen apart, like me. I've always heard that this can give violin-like sustain. You can make it sound like some sort of cosmic violin by using a volume pedal to swell in those sustained notes. We used to call it violining. I'm not sure if people use it. People more often call it volume swells now. But while we're swelling this very fuzzy tone, I think the delay just I think the granular delay just, it's very like a very strong branch being held together, but then little leaves coming off it in little directions. Let's listen to that. thanks to all the Patreons. I just really appreciate you supporting the channel, but your likes and subscribes are massively appreciated. If you got to this part of the video, you might as well subscribe, I reckon. If you want to see how to make some other boards, there's links to a playlist and a few more videos round about here. Google thinks you'd like them.